everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching another video. Today's video is going to be a vegan quiche recipe. This recipe is perfect for on the go. The recipe is also great for eating in the morning. This recipe is great cold, or you could heat it up in the microwave. So let's get into it. You're gonna need filling ingredients. So for me, this could be anything. For me, I love mushrooms, so I cut up some mushrooms into some chunky pieces here. And then I love bell peppers as well as onions. And then I'm also going to be doing some benevolent bacon strips. You could also do sausage. I've done vegan sausage in the past. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You can find it in the grocery store, probably with where you find all your tofu. I also like the Give Me Lean plant-based veggie sausage. This stuff is really good. You can really do any ingredient that you like. I just like to amp up the protein a little bit, so those are what I use. So for your ingredients, you are going to need some garbanzo bean flour or chickpea flour. I got this off of Thrive Market, but you could definitely find it in your grocery store in the flour aisle. Some grocery stores may not have it. I have been to some stores where they don't, but that's why I go to Thrive Market, and you can buy this online. You're also going to need nutritional yeast. This is Bob's Red Mill nutritional yeast. You could also find this at Whole Foods or grocery store. You're going to need pure sea salt, apple cider vinegar, and you're also going to need a plant-based milk. I am out of my plant-based milk, so I'm doing something different. I took some pea protein powder, unflavored, and I mixed that with a cup of water and shook it up. So it's going to be extra protein packed. You could definitely use almond milk or flax milk or any plant-based milk that you like, but those are what I'm going to use. I'm going to start by cooking up my fillings. So I'm just going to turn my pan on medium-high heat, and I'm going to spray my pan a little bit with some Pam olive oil. I'm going to start by cooking my mushrooms so that those get nice and cooked down so they fit nicely into my mini quiches. While that's cooking down, I'm going to take my benevolent bacon and break this up into small little pieces so it's ready to go. Alright, while that's cooking, I'm also going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Now, as far as items that you'll need, you'll want a muffin tin. Now, these are a large muffin tin because for serving size, when I do the mini size, I do about 2 quiches. So I thought that I would go ahead and just invest in a larger pan so that we can just have 1 quiche at a time. This is my first time doing that, so we'll see how it works out. My cook time might be a little bit longer than yours should you use a regular size muffin tin, but I'll let you know. While that's cooking, I'm gonna start mixing my dry ingredients here. My recipe calls for 2 cups of garbanzo bean flour, a half a cup at a time. So here's 1/2, this is 1 cup, this is 2 cups. There we go. 2 cups. So we have 2 cups of garbanzo bean flour right there. Okay, and so the next ingredient is 4 ounces of nutritional yeast. So I'm going to measure this out 2 ounces at a time. So here's 2 ounces. And here is another 2 ounces. I think that's about a cup worth. You are also going to need 1 teaspoon of the sea salt. So this is starting to cook up nicely here. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onions so that those can get cooked down. You don't have to cook your fillings if you would not like to do that. I just like my ingredients to not all that crunchy. Sorry, I'm multitasking as I'm doing this because that's probably what you'll be doing as well. So what you'll notice is I like to mix my dry ingredients first before adding in any of my liquids. That's just to make sure that everything is well incorporated before I add in the fluids, because sometimes the dry ingredients tend to clump up. So in a recipe you may have salt, and if it's not well incorporated you may get a huge chunk of salt in your bite of whatever you're eating. So I like to go ahead and mix this. Okay, so now I'm also at the point of adding in my bell peppers. And once these cook down, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bowl and set them aside so that they can cool off before I add them to my dough mixture, so that it doesn't cook the mixture before I put it in the oven. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. Okay, I think that's well incorporated. Now I'm gonna do about 1 teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar. Maybe a little bit more. Now you could add in pepper to taste as well. So I'm just gonna add in just a little bit here. So you're also gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. This will give it that eggy color, a little bit more yellow. Gonna mix this up again. And now I'm gonna take the contents of my pan and go ahead and put that into a bowl here so that can cool off. Okay, so gonna let that cool off. You can add in your plant-based milk, about a cup. I'm, again, doing the protein mixed with water. And I'm gonna mix this up and see how that looks. I may need to add a little bit more water in there, but I'll be able to tell with the consistency what it should look like. That's really dry. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more water in there. You probably won't have to do this because of the plant-based milk that you'll use, but I'm just gonna add in a little bit. This is much better. This is about the consistency that you'll want. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. This is about how it should look. It should look like a batter. Not too runny, but not too thick. So now we're gonna go ahead and fold in the other ingredients. So I'm gonna add in my bacon. And then now that these have cooled down, I'm gonna go ahead and throw those in. And go ahead and fold in these ingredients. Sorry everybody, some of the footage went missing, but basically what you're gonna do is after this mixture is all together, you're going to take these and spoon them into a muffin pan so that they are just under the top part of the muffin tin, so that it's not 100% full, but it's close to being full. And then what you're going to do is bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so that should be perfect now. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and check on the quiches. It's been 30 minutes. They look pretty good. Okay, so just like in baking a muffin in general, you could check it by throwing a toothpick in and seeing if it comes out clean. It's a little moist. The outsides are cooked nicely and firm. There's nothing mushy about them, so I think these might be okay. I don't want them to be too cooked to where they're really dense and crumbly. I just want them to be cooked evenly. So now what I'm gonna do is take them out to cool. So I'm just gonna take a knife and kind of get it to pop out. And there they are, vegan quiches. So again, I love having these for in the mornings. It's a grab and go sort of situation. We're also going to be taking a little trip here to San Antonio, so these will be going with us and we'll eat those on the road. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, any suggestions as to what you would like to see me veganize, go ahead and leave those in the comment section. If you end up trying this recipe, I'd love to see how they turn out for you. If you like them, go ahead and tag me on Instagram. That's going to be linked below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.